Hello everyone! Today I have a puzzle that comes from a real game, and it is from a World Championship match between the ex-world champion from China, Liren, who was playing with the white pieces here, and the current world champion, who was a challenger at the time, Gukesh from India, who had the black pieces. And this was in the final round of the World Championship match. And it was a lot of drama, and Ding Lijian had to secure a draw here to go to tie breaks, but Ding had just played the rook from f4 to f2, and this was a blunder. Black here had a win, and I want to see if you can find it. So it is black to play and win, and just to be clear, these pawns, they go this direction, so the black pawns, they go down the board, and we're seeing the board from white's point of view. And you can pause the video and try to find a winning move for black here, a winning plan rather, and then come back and I'll show you the solution. Best of luck. Okay, so our rook is currently threatened by the white rook, and if we move it to b1 with a check, then white can just move the king up, and we don't really have anything here with black anymore. If we play bishop d5, that is a check, white will just capture that bishop, and when we recapture, white will capture our f-pawn, and black is not going to win this. So we have to find something else. And I can tell you that the winning move is to capture the rook on f2. We don't really have anything else. So when white recaptures, what to do now? This white bishop here is just dominating the whole diagonal. If we try with f4 here, white will just capture that, and at some point white will sacrifice the bishop for the pawn, and that will be a draw. So we're not gonna win this with black. If we try with this, this endgame is a drawn because the white king will just have the opposition here at all times. This is a classic king and pawn endgame. Black will not be able to make any progress. So f4 is not the correct solution. Instead, we have to play bishop to d5. And here, the white bishop cannot escape. It is under threat. It has to take on d5. And after we recapture, what happens if white plays king to e3? Well, here we have to stop the white king from reaching f4. So we play king to e5. This way, we are also taking the opposition. So the white king has to retreat. But now what? If we play king to e4, then this allows white to take the opposition by playing king to e2. And yeah, we are really stuck here with black. We cannot do any moves with the king because white will just continue taking the opposition. If we play f4, white will just capture that and again take the opposition, and this king and pawn endgame is a well-known draw. Black just cannot make any progress. So we have to be very careful not to allow white to take the opposition. So we have to play king to d5 here. If we play f4, then again, white will just capture. And even though we're taking with the opposition, white will just play king to g2 here. And now white is in control here. If we push the pawn down, white will just play king to g1. And now white has the opposition. So we have to, after capturing king to e3, king to e5, king back to f2, we have to play king to d4. And this is what Liren missed. He thought that he would have the opposition with the white king, but in fact, black is the one who can take the opposition here. So what happens if white plays king to e2? Well, now we play king to e4. And after king to f2, again, we have to be careful not to play f4 because this is a drawn endgame. After king to f2, we can now play king to e3, and the white king just have no good squares. If white plays king to e1, black plays king to e3, and we will take the pawn. We will have two passed pawns, and that's an easy win for us. And if white plays king to g2 instead, then we just play king to e2, and we will go after this g pawn, and yeah, white will lose that way also. Or if white goes this route instead, then we make this little dance here, and we win the pawn also. So it doesn't matter really where white goes with the king. We will always be able to pick up the pawn. For example, if white plays king to g2 after we take the bishop, then we will just win this pawn in the same fashion. We will just walk around this route, and yeah, we win the game. So let's go through this again. So the first move was to take the rook, white recaptures, and then we have bishop to d5, forcing an exchange of bishops. And then we have to be careful not to allow white to take the opposition, because this will be a draw. So if we play king to d4, white will play king to d2, and this will be a draw. Instead, we make a move like king to e5 here, and yeah, white just cannot do anything about that. If white plays king to e2, we take the opposition and we will win by playing king to e3 here, and then go for this pawn. Or if white just plays passively king to f1, then again we cannot play king to e4, because then white will take the opposition, so we have to take this route, and again we go for this pawn again. So white will lose the pawn no matter what white does here, and yeah, that's how we win this game. If you found any of these ideas, or if you found everything, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next puzzle. Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.